Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video we will be doing a mock maternity budget for the month of December 2020, and I would just like to let you know that this budget spreadsheet that I'll be using is the one that I've created for my personal use to give me an idea of what our budget would look like in the coming months. If you would like to use it for your use, I will leave a link down below to my Etsy shop where you can get hold of one for yourself. If you haven't watched my previous videos in the mock budget series for my maternity leave, which is for the months of September, October and November, I would highly recommend that you watch those first and then come back to this, because some of the line items have changed over the months because we're anticipating to move during these months. We're not sure yet when, but we will have to decide depending on our budget as to when is the best time for us to move. Currently, we're staying with my parents because we were affected with COVID-19 and our finances were hugely affected by that. So we will probably have to decide what we need to do according to our budgets. So these spreadsheets and doing these mock budgets definitely helps, and I'm hoping that it will help you as well. So we will start up with putting our salaries in. So the estimated salary that I'll be getting in the month of December is £669 and 60 pence. And for my husband, we're hoping that his business would be up and running by then, and we can at least get 500 from his business to contribute towards our household expenses. And then for child health benefit, again, as previous months, we will put 120. And as previously, in the month of November, we will be dipping into our sinking fund from the new house category sinking fund, and we'll probably put 1,000 towards, we'll budget for that. So as a result, we will still have about 500 remaining in the sinking fund, and we can dip into it at a later time if we do need to, if any expenses do come up that we didn't budget for. So that would give us a total of £2,289 and 60 pence for the total household income. Moving on to our normal expenses for the month, the first and the main expense that we have is for our committee money, which is 600. We definitely have to pay that. Subscriptions, 80. For groceries, standard 250. But we might have to assess that depending on each month as to how much we have been using. We might have to increase it a little bit because we will be a family of 4 by the time December comes, and because it will be a holiday season as well, we might end up using more towards food. And then for phones, which is my mobile phone and my husband's, so that's a sum of £40. For travel, which covers our car insurance and the cost for fuel and other taxes, so we budget 250 as a standard. And then for our rent, we'll be budgeting 450. For utilities, which covers our water, gas, electricity, and our council tax, etc., we will budget 350 for that as a sum. So these values so far give us a total money spent of £2,020. Moving on to our next debt category, we have 3 credit cards and these are the minimum payments that go out of our account, and that adds up to £2,120. I have cleared everything from our savings and sinking fund categories just to have a look how much we actually have left. So this spreadsheet is based on zero-based budgeting, which means our total income subtract and total expenses should give us a 0 amount here. So this helps us decide as to where to put this amount towards. So for the 52-week challenge, which is a saving challenge from my salary, I will be putting in 104, which was as planned. And My husband should be doing 50 per month, so that's that. After we've done our savings, this just leaves us with £15.60. So I don't know where else we can put. So that means that we won't have my allowance or my husband's allowance or even my daughter's allowance. I think I'll just put that £15.60 towards my daughter's allowance. So that way we're left with zero. But if I go ahead and put my allowance as 100, as we always do, and my husband's is 100, and the baby we should get 40, and my daughter should get 40, and my business gets 50 each month, car maintenance should get 50, and if we stay strict and don't put anything towards fun, then that means we end up with a negative balance of £364.40. So we would really need to decide what to do with our December budgets, because again our budget is going as towards negative according to this layout. But if you have a look here at some of our savings which we were building throughout the year, so my 52-week challenge would come to an end in the month of December, and if I do put 104 in, that should give us a total of this much, £1,469, which we can potentially then decide where to use. We could use this towards other expenses for the house, or I can decide to put this money towards my business, and then I can maybe put 0 here and use that money towards my business. We really need to decide what we need to do. So I will sit down with my husband and we'll have a discussion about that. Same goes with this one, because my husband has been putting £50 per month towards his saving challenge for the full year. So that should leave us with 600. So we can use that towards our other expenses. And if I put that here somewhere, and make that as 1600, then we actually have some more rather than negative. So we could also use this remaining 500 from our new house sinking fund and put that in, but most likely this will be used towards other purchases that we will have to do. So we really need to decide. And our budget might even get even worse than this spreadsheet rather than getting better, depending on what happens. But we really have to work things out, and that would mean that we might have to get extra income. So I'm just going to go back and put zeros. I'm going to go back and so I haven't added that amount in, so I'm going to undo potential additions and leave this amount here as it is. So that gives us an idea of how negative we are. This means that we seriously need to think about getting some additional income, whether it be temporarily or looking for another job or apply for support and funding. We really have to think what to do. So I will give you guys an update once we do get to those months, and once we're physically there and we know what amount we have to play with. Let's just hope it works out for better. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content and see if we do survive with these mock budgets when December comes. And if you have any suggestions and tips for me on where to cut my expenses and how to use what we already have, then feel free to leave them down in the comment section, and I would love to hear from you. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.